7 days for under $10 a day. There are 2 college football games Tuesday night, 4 NFL and 2 college football games on Thanksgiving, 16 college football games on Black Friday, plus a full Saturday and Sunday of college football and NFL action. Add in any NBA, college basketball, and NHL action, and it's an awesome week of sports. We are so very thankful that you are current or maybe a new client of WagerTalk, and we want to give you our best once-a-year price for a 7-day all-sport, all-access package. Enjoy the holiday with family and friends, and don't worry about missing plays throughout the week if you're traveling. That's right, only $69 for 7 full days of college football, NFL, NBA, college hoops, NHL, and any other plays your favorite capper releases. Happy Thanksgiving and safe travels for those hitting the road from our WagerTalk family to yours.
Hey guys, Carmine Bianco, WagerTalk.com with another version of Stoppage Time. It's the Champions League version. It's match day 5, and there are some huge games going in the next couple of days with a lot of implications on the knockout stages and first place in the group. We are going to discuss 4 of them. We're going to do the Villarreal Man United game, the Barcelona Benfica game, Man City PSG, and then we're going to finish it off with Liverpool and Porto. Joining me to preview the games from SportsMemo is Pavlos Laguretos, and from WagerTalk.com, Nick Borrman and Kevin Dolan. Let's bring them in. Nick, I'm going to go to you first because you are on a fantastic run in MLS, 3-0 thus far in the playoffs. You have a 5% play up and 71 and 43, 62% since July with MLS. Correct?
Yeah, the MLS has been treating me well. Hope to continue that. Good start to the playoffs, 3-0 as you mentioned, and 5% play going tonight. So looking forward to that. Hopefully, we can continue that run through the rest of the playoffs. It'll probably be my only 5% play for the playoffs. I was actually pretty selective this year on those, 10-3 this year in MLS with 5% play. So hoping to finish off with one more winner.
Love to hear it. And you guys saw the opening intro, the deal going on right now at WagerTalk, $69 for a 7-day all-access package, less than $10 a day. So that would be a great time now to pick up a 7-day all-access package for Nick. Get it for $69, and you get that 5% play that goes today. Kevin Dolan, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah, all good. Carmine had a fairly quiet international break last week. Glad to see the return of Champions League action, obviously. Best soccer on the planet, in my opinion. Got a pair of 4% Champions League bets loaded up for tonight. We got a college football triple pack up for the weekend as well, already loaded. Looking at some Europa League action for Thursday as well. So, really excited for this midweek soccer card, and, obviously ready to break down a few of these games on today's show.
All right, good to hear. And you and I will break down both Manchester games shortly. But let's bring in Pavlos. Pavlos, you have been on a roll. Is that roll continuing? And you're looking very glowing today, my friend.
Well, yeah, I used my light today because a couple of shows ago I looked like Dracula. But yeah, it's been going great. Yeah, plus 111 bankroll gain in all soccer sides, 15-3 in soccer money lines. I got a 5% MLS top bet loaded for Tuesday, and a Champions League 6-pack loaded for today. I have a couple of matches under review. They're gonna be my 10% for tomorrow, but I still have to see who is in, who is out, because there's a lot of COVID cases in some teams, and I just have to have a better feel of who is playing and who is not. But it's been going great. The weekend was great. Yeah, and looking forward to talking some European soccer with you guys.
All right, that's what I love to hear, and we are going to discuss that now. Guys, let's get right to it. Villarreal and Man United. Let's have a look at the odds of these. These were the weekend odds. Villarreal plus 110, the draw plus 245, United plus 140. The updated odds are plus 185 on Villarreal and plus 164 on United. So Villarreal getting a bit of money. Kevin and myself will look at this one. And I'll go first and then send it to Kev. Listen, the reverse fixture in this one was 2-1 at Old Trafford. It was a late goal by Cristiano Ronaldo that saved the day for United, but Villarreal played the better game, or at least the better first half in that one. There's some players missing in this one. Pogba, Varane, Mason Greenwood, who tested positive, Cavani and Shaw, who on the weekend, I think another concussion problem with him, while the striker for Villarreal, Gerard Moreno, will be missing. Listen, this is the first game since the sacking of Ole Solskjaer on the weekend, and it's a big one for United. This group, them and Villarreal, both on 7 points with Atalanta at 5. A win or draw here will send them through. I think that's going to be the dynamics of this game makes me believe that this is going to be a tighter, low-scoring game. With United having their match day 6 at home at Old Trafford against Young Boys, and Villarreal having to play Atalanta. Even if these two teams finish in a draw today, Atalanta wins today, all three are on 8 points heading into that final match day, and clearly it's United who have the advantage to head into the knockout stages. We'll have to see what happens with this team. Not a lot of time for the new Man United caretaker to get this team in shape and get them ready, but I have to believe it's going to be a defensive type of game and lineup for them after allowing 4 to Watford on the weekend. That was a miserable showing by them. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in a draw, but I'm looking at the total here and 2.5 and going under the total. They barely got past that total in the first game. That looked like a dead under. I think this one looks like a dead under again. I'm going to keep this short and sweet and take the under in this game of 2.5 between Villarreal and Man United. Kev?
You know, it's kind of a toss-up, Carmine, as in, like, what do we get from United here? You know, Michael Carrick, steps into the managerial role, as you said. And if anything, look, if his managerial style is anything like his playing style, you would expect them to be fairly pragmatic here. But in my opinion, that could go either one of two ways. You'd look at that defensive record, as you mentioned. They're allowing the joint second highest goals allowed in the EPL this season, United. The 5th highest expected goals against as well. And United are also giving up the most shots and second most goals out of any team in Group F this season. So, if you're coming in as caretaker boss, that's likely something you're looking to improve. If you want this Manchester United team to get better moving forward. But by the same token, as bad as this United backline have been this year, I think he might well look at this team and think, look, we've obviously got huge defensive issues at the back. But that's more of a long-term target. Right now, we might need to use what we got, in reserve, and that's probably an offense here. You look at a team like Borussia Dortmund over in the Bundesliga, second in the table, second highest goal differential as well. But, they rank bottom half in goals allowed this year. They've given up 18 goals in just 12 games. So that's a team that looks to overpower you, with the weapons that they have. I think Carrick, with that pragmatism, might look to do the same, especially with the personnel he's got at his disposal, Ronaldo, Fernandes, Lingard, Van der Beek, and so on. He might go continental here, who knows? So let's just try and overpower them, Dortmund and Ajax style. So because of that, it's in. I don't know whether he'll show up here defensively. He might just look to take them on. So I'm probably going to stay away from the total here, because look, even with the absences for Villarreal here, they've netted 11 times in just 6 games at home inside this venue. 5th highest expected goals in the league as well this season. So if I was choosing a play on the over-under, I can't shake that 2-1 correct score again for United here. That's probably the way I'd be looking. But in terms of a side, probably Manchester United, but it's a really tough game. I think the 2-1, if I was playing this game, I would probably play Man United correct score 2-1. I do think we see a more focused United effort here under Carrick, but I think it's one that still plays more Ole football than reverting back to the Jose Mourinho days. So slightly into the over, and I like that Manchester United 2-1 correct score prop as well.
Yeah, no, Kev, I get completely where you're coming from. It's, the psyche or the mentality of this United team might be a little fragile right now. It's you cannot blame the manager anymore. I think at this point, he is gone. It'll be a while before I think they get somebody else in. It could be a caretaker for the rest of the season and then someone in the off season, with obviously Pochettino, one of the names being thrown around. But allowing 4 goals to Watford, Usually if I see a team, which is supposed to be a good team with a bad defensive effort, I look for a better one the next time out, and almost an overreaction with the lineup. So we'll see how they set up today. I think that'll be the important part of what happens here. Guys, before we head to the second game, Barcelona and Benfica, of course, it's Tuesday, so it's $2 Tuesday at WagerTalk and Sportsmemo. It's where you can get a featured cappers play for only $2. These are plays that normally sell for $25 or $35. It's a little different today. We have multiple $2 people at WagerTalk and Sportsmemo. At WagerTalk, it is a Puck Time special. Yes, the two hosts of Puck Time, myself and Andrew McInnes, are the $2 cappers today. So you can get our NHL plays for only $2 along with some great promos. And over at Sportsmemo, if you've watched the John Ryan college football show, all three guys are the $2 guys at Sportsmemo. That's John Ryan, Dr. Chuck, and Jesse Schul, and they all have college football plays for this weekend. So you can get those for only $2. It's a great deal. 5 guys up on $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk and Sportsmemo. And of course, the show promo that I mentioned, or that was mentioned at the top in the intro, 7-day all access at WagerTalk. You can get 7 days for only $69. No coupon needed. That's less than $10 a day. And, you know, with Pavlos being on the show, I've extended that Champ 30 coupon for him. You can get $30 off his 7-day all access at Sportsmemo, and you can get that for only $59, regular price $89. All right, guys, let's get back to the action. This game goes today as well to Barcelona and Benfica. Let's have a look at the odds here. Barcelona minus 165. The draw plus 340. Benfica a juicy plus 450 here. The only change from the weekend numbers are Barcelona have dropped a bit to minus 152 from 165. Nick and Pavlos, you guys are going to review this game. Nick, I'm going to go to you first on this one. Give me your thoughts on this one.
Well, nothing about Barcelona gets me excited to bet on them, especially laying around minus 150 or so where they currently sit. They did sneak out a 1-0 win over Espanyol this weekend, but that was far from impressive. And honestly, are probably lucky to get the win, as Espanyol probably deserved a draw, at least in that match. But that is just 2 wins in their last 6 games. And for what used to be such a feared offense, obviously with Messi there and, you know, a whole bunch of other players, especially at home, they have scored more than 1 goal just once in their last 6 games. On the entire season, they've played 17 games between La Liga and Champions League and have scored more than 1 goal 5 times. I mean, that's unheard of for a Barcelona side. Benfica, meanwhile, they just continue to beat up on the weak Portuguese league. They've scored 10 goals over the last 2 games. However, they've shown that they're far from an elite European team as they were blasted by Bayern, outscored 2-9 in those 2 Champions League matches. Luckily for them, Barcelona is a big step down in attacking talent right now. Benfica won the reverse fixture 3-0 at home. They were able to hold Barcelona without a single shot on goal in that game. So I think the lock of this game is to bet Barcelona to get a shot on goal. I'm sure that's like minus 10,000 odds though. But the point being, I think we see a better effort from them this time around. Barcelona, despite scoring just 2 goals in this group, are somehow still holding on to the 2nd spot. And a win will lock up their qualification, while a draw leaves the door open for Benfica to sneak in on a final match day by beating Dynamo Kiev, while Barcelona have to face the mighty Bayern. So this is the group right here for Barcelona. I think we're going to see a good effort from them. On the same token for Benfica, this is the game, you know, that will give them a chance. They have to get a result here. So I think both teams are going to play this very tight, very cagey, almost like this is the knockout round right away, because it really is for both teams. So I think it's going to be low scoring. I think both teams are going to play a little cautious to start off. Neither one wants to concede first and make that first mistake. So right now, under 2.75 is around even money, maybe minus 105, but you can get by the under 3 goals for only at about minus 130. That gives you obviously a little safety net of having that 3rd goal. So I like under 3 goals for this match. I just think it's going to be very cautious approach by both teams because neither one wants to fall behind here.
All right, that is Nick Borrman of WagerTalk.com with his take on the Benfica and Barcelona game. Pavlos, first Champions League game for Xavi, managing the Barcelona side. Do we see a new look team here?
Yeah, I believe we will. It might take some time for the Xavi effect, to be, to come into effect. But yeah, Barcelona, despite their overall struggles, and they have struggled a lot, especially on the road and especially in Champions League. I mean, Nick made a great point. I think only Malmö have fewer shots on goal than Barcelona this season in the Champions League, which is really, really weird to me. But despite their struggles, Barcelona have been very good at home. They have 6 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws in all competitions. They only lost to Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, which are very, very good teams. I think that anything other than a win will be very, very tough for Barcelona because, as Nick said, they're going to be hosted by Bayern Munich in the final match, while Benfica will host Dynamo Kiev. And Benfica, they beat Barcelona by 3-0 in the reverse fixture. So this is going to be they are below them in the case of a tie. So yeah, Benfica, they have been bad on the road in Champions League matches. They've won just one of their last 13 away matches in the Champions League. They have 9 losses and 3 draws. They have kept just 1 clean sheet in their last 9 matches in all competitions, regardless of venue. They have 3 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws, and 6 of those matches had goals from both sides. And Benfica, they haven't been that bad on the road. I mean, their only loss this season has come to Bayern Munich by 5-2. They have 6 wins, 1 loss, and 5 draws. They scored in 10 of those 12 matches, and they scored 2+ goals in 7 of those. But this is a very weird match because both teams won it. But I think this is a match where Barcelona will be benefited by the Xavi effect, and they have been great against Benfica over the years. They have 3 wins, 3 draws, and just 1 loss. And only 1 of those matches had goals on both sides, and 5 of those 7 matches had under 2.5 goals. So I do like the under 2.75 goals here. And I like Barcelona money line. The price is not great, but anything other than a win here could potentially see them outside of the group stage of the knockout stage of the Champions League, and possibly they'll drop to the Europa League, which is a huge downgrade for this Barcelona side. So I like Barcelona money line here.
All right, there's Pavlos Laguretos of Sports Memo with his take on this Benfica and Barcelona game. Barcelona right now in the driver's seat for that second spot, but not even a draw will make them feel comfortable because they'll have to go to Germany and face Bayern Munich on match day 6, which isn't the greatest venue for visiting teams. And speaking of Bayern Munich, just quickly, a couple of the games are going early today at 12:45. One of them we talked about, the Villarreal and Manchester United game. Bayern Munich, who have pretty much locked up this group and into the knockout stages, are away at Dynamo Kiev. You got to look at the injury list for Bayern Munich. This is a game where I think you want to stay off. There's a ton of players in quarantine for this Bayern Munich team, so they are short today, both in midfield and defensively. So it's probably a game you want to pass on today. But don't just look at the number; look at the lineups. I think it's an important thing. Guys, we're going to go to the third game. Kevin and I are going to look at this. It's the other Manchester team. This game goes tomorrow. Man City and PSG, 2 marquee teams in this Group A. Let's look at the odds of this one. You have Man City -135. The draw is +305. PSG, a juicy +380. Those were the weekend numbers. Man City is now up to -162, and PSG is at +432. So bigger odds if you like this PSG team. I'm going to make it quick on this one and then send it to Kev. The big miss here for Man City is Kevin De Bruyne. Came back from the international break, tested positive. He's isolating for 10 days. He wasn't available on the weekend, won't be available for this game either. But there's too much quality on this side to think that they're not going to reverse that earlier defeat on match day 2 to PSG. They held many of the metrics at the end of that game, but they were on the wrong end of a 2-0 game, gave up an early goal 7 or 8 minutes in, and played catch up the rest of the way. At home, they're a completely different team. I get it. PSG are a stacked team, but visiting the Etihad for a team that needs to attack and win the game, and that's the position PSG is in if they want to win this group, is you're going to need to attack this Man City team and get a win here. A draw does them no good. Giving City that much space at home is a recipe for disaster. I'm going to keep this short and simple. Give me Man City minus the 1.5 here, plus money on the VIG, and that's going to be my play here on Man City. Before I throw it to Kev, you'll see on the screen, guys, we have some of your comments popping up. Any questions you might have, throw them up there, and we'll try and get to them towards the end of the show. Kev, give me your thoughts on this game.
Well, I'm of a similar mindset, Carmine, to be honest. I have to look towards Manchester City in this one as well. I was on City in the reverse fixture back in September. And, City dominated that game for the most part, 18 shots to 6. 15 of those 18 were from open play as well. But, PSG were just far more clinical in front of goal in that game. But, like you, I do think Manchester City correct that tomorrow night and get the win here. City are just playing some really high-level stuff right now. Absolutely breezed past Everton at the weekend. It actually got so bad for the Toffees at one point. I actually remember the commentator saying something along the lines of Ederson has seen about as much of the ball as he did with Brazil in the World Cup qualifiers last week, which is none, as he didn't even start. So, it was just complete domination. Everton barely were able to get the ball out of their own half. And while PSG certainly aren't Everton, they aren't Manchester City either, in my opinion. And I think there is a little bit of a gulf starting to open up now as to where these two teams are at right now. I think Manchester City are the better team. As you said, they're still without Kevin De Bruyne, but, they were at the weekend as well. Rodri arguably picked up the slack and then some in that game. So, they're such a deep team. I think the absences on the PSG side will probably be a little more concerning here. No Draxler, no Rafinha, a couple of other big names questionable as well. So, the only way I could look on this one, especially after what I saw in the reverse fixture as well, is, Manchester City to win outright here. I do think, though, you either suck up the minus 160 to win outright, or possibly leave the game alone. I don't know. Minus one on the straight handicap here really doesn't appeal to me all that much. PSG definitely have the quality to score, and obviously then Manchester City, they could score multiple goals. But I just don't really like the handicap here. My take on this game would probably be just to take that minus 160. But nonetheless, I do expect City to win this game, and that's the side of the play I'll be on for tomorrow night.
All right, and I agree. I watched that City game. I had the total in that game, so that third goal landed on the total. They couldn't get it over the total. But I was happy with a push instead of a loss there. And, a couple of comments. One of our viewers saying, Messi being such a big dog is crazy. And it is, but they are playing, as Kevin said, one of the best in Europe right now. And, we saw it with the Messi Barcelona teams. Playing a team like Bayern Munich. It's just a different level. Sometimes having the best player on the field doesn't guarantee you're going to win, but it is a crazy price on them. And Sammy said City were hit on the counter. Yeah, they were. They could have been down multiple goals in that first half. Pep will correct it. I think they'll be much better on this match day against PSG. All right, guys, we are going to look at the fourth and final game. This goes tomorrow as well to Liverpool and FC Porto. Let's look at the numbers here. Liverpool, minus 101. The draw, plus 295. Porto, plus 265. Nick and Pavlos are going to look at this game. Nick, I look at this, and it's such a low number for Liverpool. I would have thought it would have been in the minus 140, minus 150 range, but I get it. They have locked up top spot in this group on 12 points. And after this game, they will play 3 Premier League games in a 7-day span. So maybe, with a couple injuries to the squad and trying to keep some guys fresh, we might not see their best 11 out there tomorrow for this team. But minus 101 just seems like a price that you want to take. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, you hit this one right on the head. When I first looked at this, I saw the line. I was like, "What the hell? Bet the mortgage on Liverpool." But of course, you're right. They have the group locked up. The final 2 games in the group stage don't mean a damn thing. So it will be interesting to see how Klopp, approaches them. In the first meeting between these teams, it was lopsided of a Champions League game, as you're going to see, with Liverpool winning 5-1, generating 3.4 expected goals, allowing just 0.92 expected goals, taking 21 shots, 13 on goal. Porto manages 6 shots and 3 on goal. The question here isn't who is the better side. It's purely what will the Liverpool side look like. Their Premier League matches around both remaining Champions League games, though, are not very high profile. So Klopp could choose to still put out a strong starting 11 for these matches just to keep the momentum going. And if that were to happen, I feel like this game would make more sense to do so, coming off the international break and then starting off with a 4-0 beatdown of Arsenal over the weekend, and then a home game against only Southampton on tap this upcoming weekend. I could see him still putting out a decent side here, just like I said, to keep things moving. So as of now, this is a true gamble, really, on how to play it. You could, of course, wait until lineups are announced, or at least maybe have a better idea who's going to play based on some reporting or some rumors. But right now, it's been pretty tight to the chest. But if their Liverpool's starting lineup is anywhere near their best 11, I think it could even go higher than what you mentioned, Carm, at -140. I think you could see a -1 goal line come out, which will be pushing -160 or -170. So point being, if you're going to take Liverpool, take them now. I think it only has a chance of getting worse for them. This number, to me, is set on what oddsmakers seem to think is going to be probably a rotated lineup for Liverpool. So, again, Liverpool is how I would have to look at it, but take it now because I think this could only get worse for them.
All right, Nick, I completely agree with you. And guys, if you check the team sites, sometimes something as simple as head over to BBC Sport and click on their football, and usually on game days or the day before, they'll have the notes from the interviews with the managers and one or two of the players, and you can see the managers talking about who may be in the lineup, who may not be in the lineup. That'll give you an idea, a little bit of an idea of what the starting 11 is, unless you wait until an hour before when the lineups are announced. But it's tough to take a price or lay a price and then find out that you've got a lineup that isn't what you expected. Pavlos, I'm going to throw it to you here for your take on this game.
Yeah, Liverpool have been very, very good at home this season. They have 5 wins and 3 draws. They have scored 2+ goals in 7 of those 8 matches, and they kept 4 clean sheets in the process. Their defense looks pretty solid, especially at home this season. They did concede a couple of goals against Brighton, Manchester City, and AC Milan, but overall they're pretty solid defense. And what worries me is their offense in this match, because Firmino is out and Jota is questionable with an injury he picked up in the weekend match. So I'm not so sure who is going to start for this Liverpool offense. And but let's take a look at Porto. Porto have been really good on the road this season. They have only lost once, one of their 12 matches, I believe. It was a cup match where they used their reserves. They got a draw at AC Milan. They got a draw at Atletico Madrid. They have scored in 9 of their 10 away matches this season, and 7 of those had both teams to score. They have a great European pedigree. They play in the Champions League almost every year for the past, couple of decades. So they're not a weak team. They definitely need a result here. Even a draw would be good, because the last match is at Atletico Madrid, I think. And Porto have 5 points. Atletico Madrid have 4. AC Milan have 1. This is going to be a race, of who is going to get the second spot and the third spot that leads to the Europa League. Liverpool are still unbeaten in 9 matches against Porto. They have 6 wins, 3 draws. They won each of the last 3 by 2+ goals. They have 3 wins and a draw as hosts against Porto. They won by 2 or more goals in 3 of those matches. I think this is. Liverpool don't have an incentive, to destroy Porto here. They're going to take this slow, I think. And Porto know that if they open up against Liverpool side, no matter who they're going to field, they're going to get destroyed. So I expect a very careful match by the two sides. I like the under 2.25 goals here, 2 3/4 goals here. Sorry. But what I really love in this match is a prop, and it's a card prop. I like the over 4.5 cards at +140. Porto, they have cutthroats in their lineup, and they're gonna be very, very, eager to keep this Liverpool side outside of their area. So I expect a lot of fouls and a lot of kicks in this match, especially by Porto. Of course, the referee has been consistently giving cards in the past 3 years. He averages well over 4.5 cards per match. This season, he has awarded 67 cards in 12 matches. That's an average of 5.58 per match. And he has awarded 13 yellow cards in 2 Champions League matches. That's an average of 6.5 cards. And I've looked at his numbers in the past 3 and 4 seasons. He just awards a lot of cards. And with Porto dying for points, I wouldn't be surprised if they start kicking when Liverpool are getting close to their area. So I like over 4.5 cards at plus 140. I like Pepe to be carded at plus 185. He still hasn't had a card in the Champions League, and he's very talented and experienced, but also very slow player. So I expect Pepe to be carded at plus 195, and maybe Otavio to be carded at plus 150 here.
All right, there's Pavlos, and I'll be taking that yellow card prop of yours. I'll actually give you a yellow card now as well, too, just to get you the first one. But his take on the Liverpool and FC Porto one, and like we said, it's just what Klopp does with this lineup for Liverpool. These teams are familiar with themselves. They've met in 2 of the last 3 years in the knockout stages of this competition. And you go a couple of years back, Liverpool got a 5-0 win at Porto and then came home at Anfield, and I think everyone was on them, and that finished in a 0-0 draw. It's a similar situation here. They are through. It's just managing the game, keeping everyone healthy, and getting through the 90 minutes. So this is why the price is where it's at right now. Guys, we're going to have a best bet segment coming up shortly where we will give you 4 plays for this weekend's domestic leagues across all the leagues in Europe. But I want to mention again the WagerTalk promo. $69 gets you a 7-day all-access package from your favorite capper at WagerTalk. You do not need a coupon code. You can just head over to their page, and on the right-hand side, you'll see the 7-day all-access for $69. And of course, for Pavlos, who's at Sportsmemo, you can get his 7-day all-access for $59 by using the coupon code CHAMP30. And of course, it's $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk and Sportsmemo. The Puck Time hosts, myself and Andrew McInnes, are the $2 cappers at WagerTalk with some NHL plays. And at Sportsmemo, it's the John Ryan Show trio that does the college preview. John Ryan, Dr. Chuck, and Jesse Schul with college plays up. You can get those plays for $2 along with some great deals as well. All right, guys, best bet time. We're going to go right back to Pavlos here with a Serie A game. Pavlos, tell us what you got.
Yeah, this match goes live on Sunday. It's an early match in the Serie A between AC Milan and Sassuolo. AC Milan, their defense has looked terrible. They have kept just 1 clean sheet in their last 11 matches in all competitions. Both teams to score is 9-4 so far in the season. And well, you look at Sassuolo, both teams to score is 10-3 so far in the season, and 10-3 is also over 2.5 goals. Sassuolo on the road, all 6 matches had both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. And each of their last 3 matches between the AC Milan and Sassuolo had both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. I expect another similar match here with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. And I find this prop at DraftKings is priced at minus 120, and I really love that play.
All right, there you go, Pavlos. And listen, I like that play as well, too. I've mentioned on previous shows, Sassuolo are getting back to their attacking style and scoring goals, and I've been playing a lot of their totals. I'm probably going to continue to do so until they adjust the number on that. Nick, what do you have up at WagerTalk? And you've got something in the EPL for us this weekend.
Yeah, I do have that 5% MLS play going tonight, as you mentioned, and great time to take advantage of that 7-day all-access promo for $69 instead of grabbing just that 5% play alone for $35. So make sure to head over my page at WagerTalk.com and check that out. For a best bet this weekend, kicking off at the same time as Pavlos, I'm looking at taking Leicester at home, laying 3/4 of a goal over Watford. I think this is a good rebound spot for Leicester. They're off that 3-0 ugly loss at home to Chelsea last weekend. While at the same time, I think it's a letdown spot for Watford after a huge 4-1 win over United the past week. And that was just Watford's 2nd win in their last 8 games and 5th win of the season in 14 games in all competitions. In all of their previous 4 wins, they lost their very next game, and they've managed to score in just one of those games. On the season, Watford has allowed the 3rd highest expected goals at 1.82 per game and has the 3rd worst expected goal differential at minus 0.69. Head-to-head, Leicester has won 5 straight games over Watford at home and 10 of the last 12 with Watford having just 1 win and 1 draw. So Leicester laying 3/4 of goal at home over Watford on Sunday.
All right, there you go. Nick Borrman, WagerTalk.com. Kev, what do you have up at WagerTalk? And you're taking us to Portugal for a Premier League game.
Yeah, that's right, Carmine. Easy winner with Chelsea last week, so thought I'd go continental this week. And we got those 2 4% plays loaded up for tonight in the Champions League. So, yeah, great time to jump on board. But in terms of a best bet, I like Estoril over in the Portuguese Premier League on Monday. Taking on Santa Clara at home. Despite sitting 4th in the table this year, Estoril haven't been particularly convincing at home. Just 1 win from 5 games, but I do expect that to change here against bottom of the table Santa Clara on Monday. You know, Santa Clara have lost 4 of their 5 road games this season. Their only draw coming against 14th place Vizela, and they've allowed 10 goals in 5 games as well. So I think Estoril are going to simply have too much for Santa Clara here, who can shoot. You know, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're shy about shooting. Santa Clara have the 3rd most offensive shots in the league this season on the road, but they just can't score, which is a problem. So, yeah, I like Estoril at home here on Monday to edge out Santa Clara, and a plus money especially. I like the price on that one.
All right, there you go. Kevin Dolan with a free play winner. It's going to win, Kev. I'm with you on that one. I'm going to finish off the show, guys, with a play as well, too. I have a 5% play up today in Champions League, along with a 3-pack as well. A couple of games loaded for tomorrow, and a 5% play in the NFL. We had an NFL winner on the weekend. So that $69 deal is a good one, because these plays normally sell for $35. So get the next 7 days and get those 5% plays as well. I'm going to head back to the EPL, a Sunday game. I am going to go with the Hotspurs, Tottenham, laying a small number of 106 on the road to Burnley. The Antonio Conte effect is well in place at Tottenham. You saw on the weekend a second half comeback to win 2-1. He is going to straighten out that team. They are going to make a run, likely for the top 4, whether they get there or not. They are going to be a much better team under him. A small number. These lines are going to adjust as Tottenham get better under him. He's a proven winner everywhere he's been. So I'm going to lay the minus 106 and take Tottenham on Sunday as your best bet, show best bet winner. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button. We'll be back next Tuesday with some more Champions League action. As always, guys, good luck with your wagers.
$7 days for under $10 a day. There are 2 college football games Tuesday night, 4 NFL and 2 college football games on Thanksgiving, 16 college football games on Black Friday, plus a full Saturday and Sunday of college football and NFL action. Add in any NBA, college basketball, and NHL action, and it's an awesome week of sports. We are so very thankful that you are current or maybe a new client of WagerTalk, and we want to give you our best once-a-year price for a 7-day all-sport, all-access package. Enjoy the holiday with family and friends, and don't worry about missing plays throughout the week if you're traveling. That's right, only $69 for 7 full days of college football, NFL, NBA, college hoops, NHL, and any other plays your favorite capper releases. Happy Thanksgiving and safe travels for those hitting the road from our WagerTalk family to yours.